Pastor Julian here with Central's devotion for today. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to share with you two instances that I was in pretty bad condition that were not good situations for me. And they span back to when I was a teenager and they're work related. One is my friend Jamie invited me to come work with his dad on one of his roofing jobs. And he explained to me I would be mostly cleaning up roof debris from the ground and putting it in a dumpster throughout the day. Okay, I can do that. Well, when I got there, they asked me to get up on the roof. They were shorthanded and wanted me to work on the roof. Here's what you don't know. I'm very afraid of heights, especially heights when I don't have some sort of a high fence that's going to block me from falling. I guess it might be more of a fear of falling than a fear of heights, though. When I get up on a height, I feel like I'm going to fall. And so I was gripping hold of that roof and was not quite as productive up there as I would have liked to have been. I did go back down and load the dumpster. My second story is when I was working on the back of a paper recycling truck in New Jersey. I was out in the heat and in the exposure, and we didn't have much water on the truck. Got hot. All of a sudden, everything started to melt, and I started to get dizzy and fell, and I blacked out. Driver and the other worker got me, put me in the truck. I'd gotten heat stroke that day, and I first and only time I had ever gotten it. It was kind of a scary experience, and it got me back to headquarters, filled me with some water, put me in a cool room, and I was better within an hour. So that's good. But there is something worse than being up on a roof or being out in the heat and the sun and an exposure with very little water. And the Bible talks about this in the book of Proverbs. What we have here for today, for our devotion, is Proverbs 21:9, 21:19, and 25:24. Proverbs 21:19 says, "Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife." Proverbs 21:19, "It is better to live in a desert land than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered woman." And Proverbs 25:24, "It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife." Now, here we have, perhaps women and wives like, oh, they're the problem. That's not necessarily the problem here. Wife can be translated into woman, perhaps, in some of these, maybe wife, but it's kind of interchangeable with the translation, the word that's used here in Hebrew. So we have with quarrelsome woman or wife. This could also pertain, the wisdom that we are looking at here, which is repeated 3 times in Proverbs, that it is better for this than this. So it means that this is worse than this. So a quarrelsome wife, an ill-tempered woman, a quarrelsome wife. Let's take a look at that. Yes, this could mean specifically you're looking at when you marry someone, a spouse or someone that you live with. When you have someone that you have as part of your life each and every day, it's important that they're not a quarrelsome or ill-tempered person or people. This can produce a lot of stress and anxiety on you. It could make you feel disrespected. It could make you feel completely invalidated. It could make you lose confidence. It could also stir you up to argue and to fight and help and push you to lose your patience, which is a fruit of the Spirit. So being in a quarrelsome situation where you have someone who's ill-tempered and going to pick at everything that you do and create discord over it and make a huge deal over it, that is going to cause you to feel awful and be in a very difficult environment. And when you are married to someone who is doing that, it is terrible, terrible. I don't know if anybody's ever been trapped in a car with someone that you're in an argument with or is mad at you, but it's a terrible situation. You're trapped. And when you're in a house, you kind of feel trapped. But this is saying it's better to live on the corner of a roof where you are exposed to the elements on this tight little corner, not even the whole roof, just a little itty bitty corner of a roof. It's better to be there, to eat your meals there, to live there, than to be in a house with a quarrelsome person and to be in a quarrelsome situation. This could apply to your home life. This could apply to your work life. This could apply to where you go to school and your classroom. When you are in a situation where the people around you, or the person that you care most about, is causing you strife, and you're waiting for the next shoe to drop and for there to be discord and no peace, it's a very stressful situation to live in. And that stress takes a toll on you physically as well. Let's see, in Proverbs 21:9, it says, better to live on a corner of a roof than in a house. You're moving from inside the house to outside the house and onto the furthest part of the house, which is the corner of the roof, but you're still part of the house. But in Proverbs 21:19, it's saying, hey, it's better to live in a desert land. You're not even at the house anymore. It's better to live in a desert land than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered woman, or in a situation that is toxic or bad for you. So what does this all mean? Where are we going to go with this? One, God is wise. He understands the situation that you're living with that's causing you heartache or frustration or stress. He knows and he understands. Two, if you are going to marry someone or live with someone, like a roommate, I do not advocate living with a boyfriend, girlfriend. If you're living with a roommate and you're made a commitment to, because that applies here too, you want to be careful who you are committing to, making sure that it's someone that you will have peace with in your home. Peace is so incredibly important. We are people that require peace, and we have a God that is the Prince of Peace, and the fruit of the Spirit is peace, and we are meant to produce peace. So we need to be careful who we commit to. And I know sometimes that's difficult because things don't rear their heads until after you are committed and together. Also, whatever situation that you find yourself in, whether it's work, school, home, if there is a way out of that situation, you need to get a break from it. You need to have a break. You need to restore yourself in some way. And you need to try and remedy, if possible, what's going on in your environment and in that situation. Some way that you could bring peace about and togetherness and unity, so that this quarrelsome situation is no longer happening. And also to encourage you, if you are in a situation like this, sometimes you feel like you're trapped, but there is you can get out of it. But even if you are still in it, we have a God who will help us bear up our greatest burdens. His divine grace and love will not abandon you. And you're going to need a lot of prayer and a lot of patience, and lean on him, and he will help you carry your burden. I say, God bless you, and have a great day.